All right. No, still not working. Well, this is working. All right, so right now we've got a Garrosh ban and an ETC ban. 2Calculated2Throw is really trying to choke out those tanks. Looks like Pixie Dusters is doing something similar with a Johanna ban and a Zul ban. Wonder what the first pick will be.
So it begins.
Deckard first pick. Huh. That is very interesting. I don't usually see him as a first pick. But what do I know? These guys are way better players than I am, so still trying to learn. Alright, we get a Tassadar Malfurion pick as a response to that. Tassadar is pretty strong right now, and his AoE is pretty good. He can solo a lane if necessary with a wave clear, and he can get his team, ooh, Jaina's even better with the wave clear. But Tassadar does not have as many mana issues as Jaina does, initially at least. We've got a Yrel as an offlaner for 2C, Team 2C. Welcome everyone to the stream. Who are you hoping wins tonight? Alright, so Professor Bobo says first pick Deckard is a Div A-East thing. Alright, coming up with the third bands here, we got a Mal'Ganis band. Damn, that is a lot of tanks banned out. Mal'Ganis and Diablo are banned. Who's left? Like, Muradin? Goodness. That's a whole lot of tanks. We got a Sonya Greymane pick from Pixie Dusters. Looking good. They are still leaving that tank pick for very last, which is sort of surprising because given the fact that, the left team will be picking a tank here and zoning them out of a sixth tank. So that's 6 tanks they won't be able to choose. Alright, we get an Uther. Oh, it's a tank Uther! Alright. This is going to be interesting. Oh my god, I can't wait to watch this game. See how a tank Uther really does. We get an Uther and a Genji from 2Calculated2Throw. We get a Varian from Pixie Dusters, who are going with a more traditional team comp here. I think the Yrel will be really instrumental in this. I mean, generally, if you have a good Yrel player, he can be devastating. Whose draft do you like more so far? I think I'm going to put up the poll if I can figure out how to do it while we wait for the game. All right, I've got that poll up, I believe. Alright, here we go. Starting the game.
Yourselves for battle, heroes.
On the left side, whoops.
I hope you're ready, friend.
On the left side, we've
If
got
my
Ektar
long
on Deckard.
travels did
I
not
feed on
steel
Genji.
my nerves, nothing will.
Colonel, what is his name? Colonel Pants. Colonel Pants on the Yrel.
Try.
Fear on Uther. And
Combat
we've got
starts
Zemmel
in
on Jaina.
10 seconds.
On the right hand side, with Team Pixie Dusters, we've got Lawlins on Sonya, Obsidian Mind on Varian, Battle Puppy on Malfurion, Brosaya on Tassadar. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Ooh, wish they wouldn't move around so much. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone. Oh yes, Paper Tanks on Greymane. I sort of expected him to be the tank actually. Alright, Yrel causing some damage here before she heads up to the top lane to face off with Sonya. Oh wow, we've got blue team being very aggressive here, pretty early in the game, trying to cut off the rotation for the red team. Uther coming in is a little, yeah, there he goes, down he goes. But goodness, that Varian is very low and he gets killed by that Jaina. So it's 1-1. Paper Tanks is very low as well, so he needs to be careful. But Malfurion's got heals for him. Looks like in the top lane, Sonya's holding her own against Yrel. And Yrel is just waiting to kill the minions over here. She's very close to dying here, though. In the meantime, we've got in the bottom lane, the blue team is going straight for that bottom camp, while the red team is still rotating and going for this camp on their side of the map. Looks like Deckard's coming up here to soak. Blue team is, ooh, good wall by Tassadar, trying to catch that Uther out again, but he makes it out. Sonya is rotating to the middle lane here, trying to get some of that double soak action, I suppose, because she had already cleaned up her lane, maybe. But the blue team's having none of it. They are getting to kill this set of mercs. Ooh, Jaina gets caught and taunted. Goodness, they did not see that coming. And Jaina is dead almost instantly. Red team will now steal this camp from the blue team. Sonya goes back up to top lane to soak. She may have missed a little bit of XP there. Uther goes in. His name is Fear, but he seems pretty fearless. And down he goes. Paper Tanks is very low. Oh, and he gets killed by that Genji. Run away! Looks like Varian has the same idea, to run away. I'm sorry that it sort of pushed back up. Oh no, don't. No! Okay, I'm pretty sure Genji's gonna jump in there and kill him. Oh no, it's not! It is the Yrel, but she gets taunted and killed for her troubles. That was very funny. I do not think Yrel would be the one to go in there to try to kill him. I mean, she succeeded, but she died for it, so not sure that was worth it. In the top lane, Sonya's already started on the shrine and gotten some minion kills for her team. Looks like the blue team is all heading up there, though. She better be careful, because her team is not close by right now. So, looks like she gets the message. She's running out of here, but that Uther stun catches her. She spins to win. Tries to get out of here. Varian comes in with some support for her. Red team's all here now. The blue team's taking some time to catch up on those minions. Red team is pretty far ahead right now. It's like a whole 10 difference. Yrel comes in, pushes that Varian out of position, but that Tassadar wall stops the blue team from following up. We get a taunt on Uther. He backs off. Jaina doing some serious zoning here with her Blizzard. Oh! And down Jaina goes. One of those Tassadar strikes, her Tassadar Qs, I don't remember what they're called, along with a minion, I guess. Looks like red team is going to be able to get this shrine. Urel moves to the mid lane to get some soak in. I assume she's going to go bottom lane as well, as there's a large wave there. Red team takes the time to kill this front wall here. Oh, thank you for reminding me to change the scene. Though I'm not entirely certain that the in-game one works. Does it? Does not seem to be working.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, I'm going to go back to draft mode until I can figure this out in between games. Don't want to interrupt this. Looks like they managed to get that top fort, and the red team's also sealing this camp. A lot of damage going into this bottom tower here. I think the red team needs to just, like, next time they come up here, they will get it killed. Blue team now has to deal with those minions, however, which gives the, those mercenaries, I mean, which means the red team now have their 10s, get to do more damage to the middle fort. Looks like those are going down, those towers are dead. Red team moves to steal these, this Merc camp here, and of course the blue team cannot contest this, they don't even have their 10s yet. Red team doing some work. Alright, so the Pixie Dusters have not yet won a series in this season, so they are looking for their first series win. They have gotten one match win, I think, so far. Red team captures their Merc camp as well. Now they've got two Merc camps pushing in mid, and blue team has to respond to that. In the meantime, top lane is getting pretty pushed in here for the blue team. Those Mercs go down pretty fast with a Jaina on the team. But really, the blue team's getting a little overwhelmed here. They are also losing the wall down here in the bottom lane while they are busy responding to the mid lane. If they want to fight, they probably want to do it before 13, because they're a whole level behind the red team. Alright, red team is looking for a gank here, but they don't find it. I mean, it's Urel. They get a taunt on Urel. Oh my goodness, now she's used her ult to absorb the damage, so they back off of her. Don't want to give her more health. We get a Tassadar walls, pulling the blue team in, and a kill. Oh my goodness, so many kills. Sonya goes down, Urel goes down, the Uther tank is down as well. Greymane looks really low, as well as Varian, but they are going to try to back out of this. Even though they have the numbers, they do not have the health bars. In the meantime, red team is going for this camp, because Shrine is going to be starting up in 10 seconds. They have a good chance of pushing the blue team to respond to this camp, and hence getting more Shrine value. It looks like the opinions on the draft so far are pretty split. We've got 2 votes for 2Calculated2Throw and 3 votes for Pixie Dusters. I will say that the 2Calculated2Throw is like a more interesting comp because it's different, but I don't think different is always good, especially in a tournament match when you sort of want to go with something simple. Okay, looks like both teams fighting here for the shrine, but the red team is pretty far ahead. Blue team has still not dealt with this camp pushing up here. They will have to do that soon. Ooh, we get a good Urel stun. Very long time. Down goes Sonya. But Fear follows her very quickly. Silence comes out from that Malfurion. Oh goodness! Varian and Greymane both go down. Blue team has pulled out an advantage here out of nothing. Now they're catching up on those minions. Dead Wish, I think it might have been because I alt-tabbed out to try to fix the scene, but I'm going to just do that after the game so you guys can still watch. When I alt-tab, it freezes, so you might think you're losing frames, or at least I hope that's what's going on. Alright, we've got the blue Punisher pushing here. Gets baited out, does not do that much damage to anyone yet. We've got the lasers going. Blue team is pushing pretty hard. The red team is all back up though, so it looks like the blue team is not getting much value out of this Punisher. Not nearly as much as the red team got out of the first one. So that may be because they also had to deal with this siege camp here. Urel is top, split pushing here, I suppose, not trying to push that lane out so they're not quite so pressured. In the meantime, the red team goes to the bottom lane looking for that camp. Uther waits for it. Alright, the red team is 5 and the blue team is 4 right now. And Genji actually goes to the mid lane, so it's even 3v5. They cannot take this fight. They give up that camp. It's not a big deal. Red team has 16, so they are likely now looking for a fight. And the blue team does have to be careful here. Looks like the red team takes this opportunity where they have their level 16s to steal this camp super quickly. Oh no, I hope it's not the stream. Is anybody else getting the buffering thing? Alright. Well, Uther had a little too much courage there and went in, and unfortunately he died. Blue team still does not have 16. They are trying to soak safely from this middle lane. Not sure why Urel is here though. She could be top, soaking top. Looks like Varian's waiting for a kill on rotation. And in comes Urel. She gets taunted. Can they do enough damage to her before she can jump out? Oh my goodness, that silence came in, but it did nothing to stop the blue team's damage. And Malfurion goes down, followed by Varian. Now Urel is looking for that Greymane, and she gets it. Tassadar trying to catch a little more damage here, but it does not work out. Now both teams have their 16s. It looks like the blue team has mostly caught up. They only have like a quarter of the level lead. Like the Pixie Dusters only have a quarter of a level lead now. Oh no. Uh-oh. Blue team is going straight for this fort down here. They managed to get it. Will they be able to use their advantage to get some more, or will they stop now? Looks like they are thinking about keep, but they change their mind and decide instead to go for the siege camp. Except Uther, who walks into that fort. We've got Urel on the top, still dealing with all those minions that Sonya is pushing really far in. And the more they stay here, the more damage will happen to that keep wall. Right team grabs their bruiser camp, while the blue team pushes this fort down. They are going to get it before the red team can respond, but that Uther is very low. Excuse me. Alright, it's time for that shrine. We've got both teams full here, except for some reason Deckard is gone. And in the meantime, Uther dies. I think that was probably a miscommunication on the blue team side, as three people stayed and 2 people were going back to SIP, I suppose. But yeah, that was not great timing for them. So the red team seems to be getting this shrine, no problem. Blue team is heading top to deal with that merc camp before it gets too much damage in, and the red team splits off here to do the bottom camp. Tassadar goes back to push out the bottom lane, while Sonya can pretty much solo this. Just 4 more minions and there we go. The red team is ready to push. Tassadar does not seem to be going to join his team though. Not sure. Oh, now he goes. Looks like Varian is waiting in that bush to see if the team rotate that way, while Sonya is going to deal with the Rebel push. The red team will form and push here with both the Immortal and that camp. And they may get some serious damage in here. We're waiting for that bait. Nobody's baiting it over the wall, and the wall will go down too soon. Alright, so Genji gets some damage in, takes a sip. In the meantime, the red team are completely wrecking this front wall. The blue team ignores that Immortal and decides to dive for the red team. They are 5v4 here, and Sonya is catching up, but she is not fast enough. Varian goes down. The red team is withdrawing here. I don't know if this was the wisest decision though, because I think the blue team will be losing this keep if they don't respond. They got 1 kill. Will they be able to stop this camp before it takes that keep? Oh, that was pretty impressive. They did, but it only has a sliver of health left. And the red team is not looking any less aggressive right now. All of the lanes are pretty much pushed into the blue side, so that means the red team is having a serious advantage here. Looks like they are considering this mid fort. But Varian is still down for another 15 seconds, so they should really not fight. Tassadar might get caught out here, but no, he hides behind the wall. Blue team heads... Oh, they're not doing their bruiser camp. They are just clearing that lane. I imagine they will start the bruiser camp shortly, while the red team is going for that siege camp. Varian is back up and heading towards his team. Will the red team also steal this siege camp? I wonder. Both teams have their level 20s. Varian checking the bush. Sonya goes in. I'm not sure if she knows that Urel is right there and ready to jump in. Oh goodness! Malfurion tries to come around the wrong way. Pretty poor positioning there from Malfurion, unfortunately, and the red team has to back off now, even though they did get this siege camp, but I don't think it's worth much with a Malfurion dead. I know, 7th Ace. Unfortunately, the game capture for my in-game is not working right now, so I have to fix that during the break between the matches. So I'm just waiting for this match to be over because I don't want to freeze the screen too much. I mean, it's a pretty exciting match, so if I Alt-Tab, it freezes the screen for the viewers, so they won't know what's going on. Blue team seems to be going over here for getting some damage on that keep. Might be a little late since Malfurion is back up in 7 seconds. Uther positions himself for the rotation, but the red team knows better. Tassadar goes out, puts some damage into that Urel. Unfortunately, my video will be covering up the talent screen until next game. Oh no! Red team walks right into that, but look at that Tassadar damage. 1 Q and it gets so much damage into the blue team that they managed to recover. But Greymane is going down, Urel gets that kill. Oh no! Tassadar is going down as well, as does Lowlands. It's only Malfurion back up, and I think this is GG. With the odd comp here coming out of 2Calculated2Throw, looks like they are pretty calculated, huh? This keep will be going down. Ektar doing his best here to clear those minions, to get that wave in, to help them tank the fort. Just the Malfurion here defending for another 30 seconds or so. Will the core survive for that long? I'm not so sure. I mean, the blue team is taking a lot of damage, because they're mostly squishy, except for maybe Uther. And he is tanking it. But goodness, I don't think this is savable anymore. This is done. GG, well played. both teams made a really good effort and it was a very close game. 2Calculated2Throw takes this one home. Now I will fix my screen, so I will be silent for a little bit. I apologize. Oh, let me take you to summary. Ah, that's broken too. Great. Okay, I think that should have fixed the issue. There we go. All fixed. I apologize for that. You guys didn't get to see the talent, so let me show you a little bit about that here. We had, of course, the Archon from Tassadar. He did not go Q build, so this is actually a W build right here, which I find a little surprising. I think a lot of the best builds right now have the Q build. Even if they continue on to the W build, they start with the Q one. Stacking Q. Nothing too unexpected here. Sonia went the Whirlwind build. I do not know enough about Variant to tell you what happened here. I do know he was a Taunt Variant, but that's pretty much it. We got a Curse Bullet from Greymane and a Twilight Dream from Malfurion. We are now waiting for the teams to put together their next match. Since Pixie Dusters lost, they will get to choose whether they want first pick. All right, they chose first pick, so it looks like 2Calculated2Throw is making the lobby again, where they will choose the map. In the meantime, I would like to ask you to take a moment to fill out this caster review form. Let's see, I will paste it in the chat. So if you have a moment, I would love it if you could give me some feedback. I am still a little new to casting, so a lot of issues are coming up with technicalities and stuff, where, you know, my screen just doesn't show up and stuff like that. All right, our next map is going to be Tomb. Woohoo! Tomb of the Spider Queen. Here we go. All right, we are joining the new game here. I'm in the new lobby. That was a really close game. I mean, I really thought the red team had it for a long while until the blue team came back. That was pretty impressive. All right, I'm getting switched out into an observer role here. Oh, let me tell you a little bit about the history of these teams. So 2Calculated2Throw lost 1-2 against Sky 5. They lost 1-2 against Insomnia. They dominated Gilly Shark, and they were dominated by a team whose name is very long: Parsley, Snag, Rosemary, and Line. I don't even know what that means. And then they were also dominated by Heroes of the United States. That's funny to say, dominated by Heroes of the United States. All right, so they have lost quite a few matches. They've had 1 domination and 2 other points received for losing 2-1. All right, but Pixie Dusters here, as I mentioned, are looking for their first series win. They have been dominated 3 times by Sky 5, Insomnia, and Gilly Shark. And they lost also to Parsley, Snag, Rosemary, and Line in a 2-1. So they are the underdog here with only 1 point accumulated so far. Teams are chatting right now, talking about the banning of 6 tanks. That was very funny. They were really low on tanks there. I wonder if that was a strategy from Team 1 where they were like, we're not taking a tank anyway, so let's just ban all the tanks. Hooray! Woohoo! Hi Mark Zombie and viewers, thank you. Welcome. Alright, looks like everybody's ready. We will be going shortly to Tomb of the Spider Queen. They did the countdown 3, 2, 1, but nothing's happened. There we go. All right, red team gets first pick, so they also have first ban. Here we go. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. It's nice to have you all. If you have a moment, please take a look in the chat. You'll find a link to the caster review form for when you have a moment. That's 2 moments, I suppose. All right, Tomb of the Spider Queen. I expect either a Johanna pick or a ban here somewhere. Thank you for the follows. Greenfish, Himibo, and Joe Zombie, and Mark Zombie. All right, we got a Urel ban. That is completely understandable given how effective that Urel was last game. I mean, she really made some plays there. She was a playmaker, yeah, definitely. You think Uther's tank again? It would be interesting to see if there's an Uther ban. I honestly feel like Urel did most of the tanking. Uther did a lot of dying though, but his stuns were invaluable in killing the red team. We got a Garrosh ban. Looks like we're going for that tank strategy again. Thank you for the follow. It's just the doctor. You get an Uther ban. That's some respect right there. Both Urel and Uther. They do not want to deal with that comp from the first game. Trying to push the blue team into a different comp. Ooh, Greymane ban. I suppose that's also a respect ban, because Greymane was pretty strong last game from the red team.
It is time.
Oh, and we get Zul comes through. Zul pick up on Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is amazing for the red team. And let's see what they can do with it. I mean, Zul is still pretty strong despite the bazillion nerfs he's gotten. He still has like a 56% win rate or something crazy like that. So we get a Johanna right in response. That's a good pick by the blue team. Johanna's very strong here. And we also get a Phoenix. We get another Tassadar from the red team, but accompanied with a Rhaegar this time, instead of the Malfurion. I wonder if they are looking for that Bloodlust comp. Let's see what the bans are going to be here. I wonder if they're going to ban yet another tank, or perhaps an auto attacker that would go well with Rhaegar, like Raynor or Vala. Nope, they stick with their strategy. It's all about the tanks. We got ETC ban. And the red team responds with, I presume, probably a healer ban or perhaps a mage ban. Like Jaina. Jaina might be pretty strong here. Nope, instead they go for an Artanis. So that's the offlaner. Alright, we get a Lucio picked up and a Leoric. Leoric is pretty great here as well. There are a lot of tight spaces where he can use that Entomb to keep people in. Especially at level 20 with the Silence, it gets like pretty much impossible to get out of that Entomb. It's very difficult, so this may be a very strong comp for the blue team here. Last two picks coming in for Pixie Dusters. We get a Diablo tank and a Sylvanas. Well, I just love Sylvanas in general. I mean, apart from the fact that she sort of went crazy in the most recent World of Warcraft lore, but apart from that, she used to be great. But she's very strong in this game in general. So I'm looking forward to seeing some serious Sylvanas plays here. Is my video still doing that buffering thing? Just wondering if it's still weird. We get a Zeratul. Huh. You do not often see a Zeratul in a game here, at least I think so. Especially since we've gotten like Phoenix, who's generally an offlaner, as is Leoric. So Zeratul is going to be main damage, I suppose. Although Phoenix is very damagey, like he is very strong, so maybe he will not be offlaning at all. Let me take us to the game screen before I forget. Here we go!
Prepare yourselves. The battle begins shortly.
Alright, on the left-hand side here, we've got I Feed on the Zeratul for 2Calculated2Throw. We've got Fear on the Johanna, Colonel Pants on the Leoric, Zemel on the Phoenix, and Ektar on the Lucio. On the right-hand side, we've got Brosaya on... Goodness, what is that?
5, 4, 3,
Oh my god, I cannot see.
1.
Alright, we've got Obsidian Mind on the Diablo. I'll wait a little bit till I can see better. We've got Battle Puppy on the Rhaegar, I believe. We've got Brosaya on the Tassadar, Lawlins on the Zul, and there's one more, isn't it? Paper Tanks! I always keep forgetting Paper Tanks. I'm sorry about that, Paper Tanks. Paper Tanks is on the Sylvanas. We've got a little bit of a skirmish starting over here. Sylvanas was pretty far out, but she managed to make it out. We've got Zul and Leoric going straight for the bottom lane here. I expect a 4-man rotation between mid and top. Looks like Tassadar takes quite a bit of damage. and he pays it back to that Zeratul. Diablo's taking a lot of poke here. Has to back off. Oh my goodness, there goes the first kill of the game on Diablo. Before he's gotten his souls or anything. Blue team is making quick work of this wave here with the Phoenix. What's that called? When he swaps to the ball that does the AoE damage. I'm sorry, I don't play Phoenix very much. But yeah, so he's got strong AoE along with the Johanna. They make quick work of that top lane wave, and the red team stuck around a little longer. It came down though. Johanna is pretty hard to kill, but she's the only one close enough for the red team to target. Now, we got another rotation, but at this point, Phoenix and Lucio go for this bruiser camp. Red team has not yet attempted any camps, although it looks like they might be heading there. Battle Puppy's going there, and Sylvanas will be joining him, or her. Alright, Phoenix has taken a lot of damage from this camp, but that's okay. His shield will be right back up. The fight between Leoric and Zul bottom does not seem to have much of a conclusion yet, but the blue team does have a much bigger wave to deal with, so Zul can go somewhere else to do stuff. Kill this Merc wave. In the top lane, we've got Johanna trying to get these minion kills, but taking a lot of damage. I mean, she's less than half health. She uses her Unstoppable. Whereas in the mid lane, Zul is fighting two of the blue team and trying not to, but he's taking so much damage, uses his shield, tries to back out, and there we go. In the meantime, Sylvanas and Rhaegar have managed to capture this bottom camp, while the blue team was busy trying to kill Zul. Sylvanas does a little bit of work here, but has to back off. It's 2v1. It looks like she's going back to join her teammates while Zul hits bottom. Blue team is pushing against the red team here in the top lane. But that Johanna is alone. There is not much she can do until her team joins her. That is 4v2 now. So the blue team is backing off, letting that wave get closer to their walls. And in the middle lane, it looks like the opposite thing is happening here. Oh, goodness! I totally missed that fight. Leoric has managed to kill... Leoric and Zeratul have managed to gang up on the Zul and get a kill there. The blue team does manage to get their first turn in here. I'm not sure why Diablo didn't stop that. Maybe he was out of cooldowns. Let's see how much value the blue team can capture here. I expect they will be pushing the boss lane up here. But the red team heads off to middle lane to defend, while Zul heads bottom. Zeratul decides to just hang out in the mid lane, see if he can bother some people, but that doesn't happen. Instead, the blue team pushes this pretty hard. They get the entire wall before they back off. Their spider is still a little healthy. Alright, now it's gone. In the bottom lane, the spider is also almost dead. And the blue team do not have enough for another immediate turn in, but the red team do. So I would say they got just one wall up here. Not too much value in the mid lane. And not very much in the bottom lane either, although that tower is almost dead. We've got the red team trying to turn in and the blue team trying to interrupt them. Diablo has most of their gems. Zeratul backs off. Colonel Pants gets cornered. Out he goes with that Wraith Walk. But he is very low. He needs to sustain that Lucio heal. Red team is split though, with the Tassadar in an awkward spot. So he does have to be careful. Look at that damage. Red team is heading to the top wave here. Not too much is going on right now. Red team staying cautious. Blue team seems to be the aggressors here. Diablo is in a odd spot compared to his team, but he hides behind the wall. He's safe. Sylvanas and Rhaegar go for that camp once again. Expect Phoenix and Lucio to peel off soon to head for their bruiser camp. Although they are trying to defend these, so they are keeping people with vision on both these sides, but the blue team manages to get their second turn in before the red team has even gotten one. So that was pretty impressive. The red team opted instead for the bruiser camp and allowed the blue team to get that turn in. Alright, so the blue team has that merc camp pushing mid. They're likely going to try to clear out this lane a bit so that it's not quite so pushed out. And now they have to deal with this spider first because they do not have a wall here. Thank you for the follow, Arrow. And welcome to the stream. Alright, red team looks to be withdrawing here because the blue team is going in pretty aggressive. Oh, we get that bloodlust, but they get all time stopped with that Zeratul ult. In goes the red team pretty aggressively, killing that spider in no time, and the blue team does withdraw. They do not want to deal with a bloodlusted team. So here are the talents, if you're wondering. In the meantime, Zul got ganked, it seems, by Leoric. The red team did make quick work of all of those, but they lost most of the top fort. I think the blue team will get that any time now. And they lost this front wall, as well as some damage on that fort, as well as a little more damage on the bottom lane. The blue team is trying to push for that here, but Lucio gets caught out in a terrible position, and now his team has to withdraw. That was unfortunate. Red team now will have the opportunity to turn in. I think they have enough for 2 turn-ins here. I mean, that Diablo has a ton of gems. Johanna's going in by herself, trying to stop this. I'm not sure it's going to work, though. Diablo manages to get a turn-in, and even after turning in, he's still got 45 gems. He needs to stay alive. Blue team is about to get their 13th. Alright, let's see what the red team can do with their spiders. Ooh, fight coming out here. The ult from Phoenix comes out. Lots of damage here, and Diablo goes down. Those 45 gems are gone. Oh my goodness. Nobody manages to pick them up. Rhaegar stayed a little long because he's super slowed and then caught in that Zeratul ult. And the red team has lost 45 gems, plus whatever else everybody else dropped, which I think was quite a bit as well. So that did not go well for the red team at all. Johanna here is pretty low, so she does have to back. In the meantime, the team is getting rid of the top spiders, but they did manage to get a wall here. No forts down yet. I think the blue team may need to push this, just give it a sneeze or something. I mean, it is almost dead. They might sneak it at some point. Tassadar checking for boss, as is Johanna. The blue team is now ahead by 1.5 levels almost. Oh no! That was a good stun on Colonel Pam, but the red team is not fully here. Zul comes in pretty late. too late to save that Sylvanas. Out comes the Phoenix ult. I think it whiffed though. Lawlins is taking so much damage, and down he goes. Losing quite a few gems as well. Looks like Fear is not afraid of the 3 people of the red team here. And he manages to get out of there. The blue team goes immediately for that boss. They have enough for turn-in, so I imagine they will be doing boss, then turning in, and hoping to end the game with that wave. The blue team has also secured that top fort, and this fort is almost dead as well. The red team knows where the blue team is, or at least they suspect it, but there's really not much they can do when they don't have their level 16s. The best they can do is kill some minions and get that XP. They will need to go respond to that boss soon though.
My power shall aid you.
They go around the safe way. Trap that Colonel Pants in. Gets pushed in. He gets, flipped by that Diablo, but not pushed in. Oh, that was a great entomb by Leoric. He does not have his level 20 yet, so it was not a silence. And people managed to survive it, even though they're very low on health range. Oh no, that Phoenix ult is going to do quite a bit of damage. Takes that Rhaegar pretty low. But the red team turns this around, ignoring the boss completely and going for the blue team instead. They managed to kill Lucio. But their keep is taking so much damage. They got 2 kills out of that, Leoric and Lucio, but they did lose most of this keep here. And in the meantime, the bottom lane and the mid lane are both being pushed pretty far in, and the red team will have to respond to that. They can burn this down very quickly though, so not a problem for them. You just need to deal with this gigantic wave here. Red team is a little behind this game. I mean, that kill was those 2 kills were enough to catch them up a bit, so now they're only about a level behind. But that does mean the blue team is looking to get that level 20 soon. We've got Johanna waiting in the bush here, and Diablo just walks right into it. But she wasn't with her teammates yet, so her teammates have shown up now, and Diablo gets killed. Body blocked by everybody. Down goes Zoal as well. Lucio dies from the blue team, but that Sylvanas is so low. Oh my goodness, she's going to die as well. That Phoenix is so low, but nobody can actually reach him. He's pretty far, he's fast. And now we are about to see Tassadar get killed as well. Perhaps. Oh no, he uses Archon and manages to get out of that. But he misses his hit on that Leoric. Phoenix flubs his ult. He's being rather brave here. I imagine it's not too difficult for Tassadar to kill him. Goodness, it's a stressful game. In the top lane, the red team does have to deal with a big wave pushing this keep. This keep is almost dead. That's a lot of lane pressure from the blue team. They managed to get the bottom camp, and they're now going for their bruiser camp. Red team is going to take some time to push these waves out, so they're not under quite so much pressure. But now they are back to being a level and a half behind. The blue team is very close to getting 20, and the red team is nowhere near it. So they do have to soak here pretty carefully. They are trying to prevent that turn-in from the blue team. Oh no. The blue team does not have quite enough yet. They just need a few more gems. And the red team takes this opportunity to turn in themselves, even though they do not have nearly enough to get their own web weavers. In the meantime, the blue team just goes straight bottom. Will they be able to get out before the red team catches them? Yes, they are. That would have been a fairly tough situation for them being 5v4, but now they've just gotten their level 20s. I would avoid a fight with the red team if possible. But unfortunately, the blue teams did get those last 3 gems they needed and turned them in. So now we've got blue web weavers coming down, level 20 advantage, almost dead keep, this is not looking good for the red team.
Red weavers come. Run, red team.
Pixie Dusters are in a pickle here. I mean, comebacks are real, but this does not look good at all. I think this is it.
Red team's core is under attack.
Both teams fought valiantly, though, so this is we got plenty of kills. But on this game, the red team got way more kills than the blue team. So it's 11-4 right now. 6 structures still up to 2 structures. Yeah, so those spiders will be able to push pretty hard. But somehow they don't end. This is not GG. That is impressive. I thought the blue team would try to go for it. But the red team did kill those spiders really fast, so the blue team is going for that boss instead. Red team really needs that level 20 to be able to contest anything, really, with the blue team. Although at some point they will need to just, if you get desperate enough, you have to fight, even if you're a tier down. Alright, blue team is coming in for the top lane here with that boss. How much damage can they get on the core? Unfortunately, Tassadar gets locked into that Leoric level 20 Entomb. Actually, did Leoric go that talent? Yes, he did. Diablo makes it out alive, just barely, but that boss is getting a lot of damage in, along with 2 catapults. Red team is trying their best here, but I think it is over. They managed to kill that Zeratul, but will they be able to kill the boss? Nope, they can't. And it is over. GG. What a domination. The first game was much closer, I would say. The second game was not that close, and the red team was behind most of the time. So, unfortunately, that means the games are over. If you have a moment, please do fill out my caster review form. Let me paste that link again. And GG, everybody. Do you guys want an interview? Do you want to see an interview? I will do one if you all want one. All right, I am asking the 2Calculated2Throw team if they want to do an interview. Let's see what they say. All right, we are getting an interview. Woohoo!
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Going pretty well.
Yeah, you must be pretty psyched.
We'll just pretend that game 1 didn't happen, maybe?
Well, you still made a comeback there. But yes, that Uther tank was pretty surprising. Did he really die 9 times? I didn't notice.
I sure did. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot
I'm
of
real good
times.
at cheating. It's my specialty.
Well, you lived up to your name. You didn't throw.
This time, yeah. It was close.
Well, congratulations on the win. I'm really excited for you guys. Um,
Thank you.
how does the team feel?
The team was singing Africa at one point, so that was a thing.
I don't even know what that is.
Africa by Toto. It's the one where you something. Hold on. We bless the rains down in Africa. Have you ever heard that?
Nope. It's okay. I will look it up later.
It's a pretty popular song. I'm surprised you haven't heard it. Yeah, no, the team's doing good. Game 1, they were vocal. Game 2, they were singing, so going pretty well.
Was anybody shouting at you for dying so much?
The first 2 times, yes, but after that, they're like, you know what? Just go in. Doesn't matter. Go. They were killing me real good, but they kind of forgot that Urel was in the game, so the team just pretended Urel was the tank, and it went well.
Yeah, that was a very strong Urel player there, and you did get the respect ban for it. I feel like
Not
Urel,
surprised.
yeah, if you get a good Urel player, it's really, really difficult to play against them. So
Oh,
great job
absolutely.
to your Urel there. Oh, somebody linked me Africa by Toto.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Ektar. All right, is there anybody you'd like to thank, say something to, shout outs?
Shout out to my tank player who wasn't able to make it tonight. Thanks for the 9 deaths, buddy. He's way better tanking than I am, so
Totally his fault.
hopefully I won't have to feed his Uther again. But other than that, team played well. They carried me game 1, and then I was actually part of the team in game 2. So thanks to Ektar for being a healer, and Zemel for flexing, and Pants for doing his Urel thing in game 1.
Yeah, great job, everyone. Anybody else? You good?
There was some good VPs by feed game 2, so that was pretty sweet.
I did not get that. What?
Other than that, just thanks for the cast, I guess.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Very welcome. It's my pleasure. I
I
have
always love
another
to go
cast in
back
a
and
few
see the
hours.
cast.
Oh yeah.
Have people be like, "Why is Fear feeding again? There's nothing there." Don't worry, it happens every match. I have to have at least 2 or 3 feeds a game.
Oh well, 2 or 3 is not a problem. 9 is.
Look,
I mean,
some of those were tactical. The rest were feeding.
okay. Well, thank you so much for the interview, and best of luck with your upcoming matches as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to disconnect now. All right. I'll see you.
Have a good
You too. Well, that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have a moment, please do fill out that caster review form. And if you haven't already, there's a follow button up there. So thank you, and I will see you in my next cast, which is in an hour and 43 minutes. Yes, an hour 43 minutes. I will be casting another match tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific. So see you guys then. Bye.